Hey all, happy Friday. Hope you've had a really good week and have had some success, some wins this week. Just wanted to quickly check in with you all as part of what I do at Self-Starters and working with startups, working in the innovation space with students. We always come across some interesting research, and this is a bit of old research, but it's a study that was made, and what they did is they dissected 101 startups, not successful ones for once, but actually failed startups. So these are 101 companies that didn't quite work out the way it was planned. They had products in the market, some of them even got funding, yet they still failed. And so the study is called 101, the post-mortem of 101 startups. And what's really interesting in this study, they sort of interviewed these CEOs and asked them why they think the company has failed. And what is interesting to me is that on the number one spot why companies failed was that there was no market need for their products or services that they created. So this is 42% of the CEOs of these failed companies said that there was just no market need, and that's why the company failed. Now, if you think about that for a second, it's like, hold on, you run a company or you've created this product or service where the market didn't really need what you needed, what you offered. And so I think this is quite scary because, and I see this over and over again, where teams, startups, founders, even companies, we work on stuff that we really want to create, but no one actually needs it, no one actually wants it. And so I even came across, there was a company that approached us, I think it was this beginning of this week or late last week. And this team has been working on a digital product for almost 12 months. And what they've done is they've created this digital product and they came to us because they needed marketing help. Now, the issue is that even if you market, like you can put a lot of money towards something, but if the market doesn't need it, then you're just throwing money into the fire. Like there's no point for it. So I wanted to share this update with you because just if you are an entrepreneur out there and you are working on a product, please stop developing features, stop creating new stuff until you have actually engaged with people and spoken to them one-on-one. So what I mean by market research is not just looking at a couple of surveys and looking at secondary data, but actually really talking to people who are going to purchase your product and figuring out whether they need it. And so the questions you want to ask yourself is, or what you want to understand is whether people actually think that there's a need. So do they think, is there a need? Do they think there's a problem? Do they think they need a solution? And once you understand that, you want to understand exactly who they are. And if you do have the chance to, it's really good to actually look into what is currently, or what do they alternatively use to solve this problem. So think about, if you're a business-to-business solution, maybe they're currently using spreadsheets, or maybe they're using 5 or 10 different solutions to help them solve this one problem. Maybe it's in the consumer space. Understand how they currently go about solving this issue. And lastly, what you want to understand before you continue working on this product too much is whether they're actually willing to pay to have this problem solved. Because if they're not willing to pay for it, you need to find money from somewhere else. And if that's not there, then your company is not going to go anywhere. So that's my 2 cents on the Friday that's super rainy here in Auckland, New Zealand. I hope you get something out of it, and I will see you next week. Thanks for listening.